Oh, man.
Okay, it's 5 o'clock. We'll call this meeting to order. First item is the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, who would like to make a motion to approve our agenda for tonight?
I move we approve the agenda.
And a second?
I'll second.
All right, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, next item, I will move that we adjourn into executive session for the purpose of discussion or consideration of employment, specifically the superintendent's contract. Do I have a second?
I second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
You're still hot.
I know, mine too.
But it warms my hands.
So we'll vote to reconvene the
Yeah.
general meeting and then go to the pledge, and so on.
Kim, you done?
It works.
You're hugging me.
I know.
If I put it on my nose, I know it's really cold.
Okay, it's 6 o'clock in beautiful Fountain Hills. I make a motion that we reconvene the business meeting. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, back to the regular business meeting. And Natalie, would you like to lead us in the pledge?
Sure.
Sure.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Okay, next up is approval of minutes for our November 12th special meeting and the November 19th board meeting. Do I have a motion to approve those minutes?
I move we approve the minutes from both meetings.
And a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, minutes are approved. On to informational reports, starting with summary of current events. Dr. J.
President Rakowski, members of the board and guests, thank you for being here tonight. I hope everyone had a restful Thanksgiving break and had time to be with family and friends. I know I did. We had our annual Falcon Family Feast, which is one of the highlights of our district and our elementary school, and special thanks to Val Reichler and her team for putting that on, and Sodexo for putting the work in to make the food fantastic. I also want to thank Dr. Wynn and bringing athletes from the high school over to help serve, and our board members. Lots of you were there. I appreciate that. And am I allowed to say who the Falcon was? Okay. We had the Falcon there and taking pictures, or sorry, we had the turkey there taking pictures with our students. So what a great event. It brings back a lot of memories for me, bringing all the grandparents there when my kids went to McDowell Mountain. So very, very cool. I just finished 2 hours of announcing wrestling, so my voice is a little out there, but it was really fun to watch our kids wrestle. They did a great job tonight, taking on Tempe Prep and Phoenix Christian, and it was great to see a home wrestling match today. Last night I saw our basketball teams play. I got there a little late because of still working at the time the first game started, but plan to be at a lot of the games this year. But I was really impressed with both teams. They're off to a great start. And thank you to both coaches who are both alumni. By the way, we're very excited that they're coming back and giving back to their community. Also attended the parade. I was not in it, and that's just fine with me. I just wanted to see all our kids. But it was great to see them staging and getting ready. And one of my favorite things was to see our newly formed elementary cheer team out there. They did a great job along with our varsity cheer. I saw soccer, boys basketball, girls basketball. I saw a bunch of our athletes, a band. So it was really great to see a good showing at the parade. And then lastly, I just want to share, I had a recent conversation with NAU admissions, and they kind of asked me to repeat myself when I said that our students are going to be coming to you with 30 credits or more from Arizona State. And they said they didn't understand how that was possible or why. And when I shared that with them, they were just blown away at the opportunity that our kids have. And they're like, so your kids are basically coming to us as sophomores. And I said, yeah. And they said, that's going to help a lot with trying to apply to some of those specialty programs that's hard to get into. And for example, one that that they talked about was in health professions. Some of their programs, it's a 30% acceptance rate into the program. But because our kids would be getting there a year ahead, they would be able to apply earlier. And if they didn't get in the first time, but got in the second time, which has a higher percentage, they would still be at the same spot that all the other kids who got in the first time were at. So it was just really awesome to hear that program is doing so much for our students. So again, thank you to our donors who put that on, and thank you to the board for allowing that program to be here. So with that, I'll conclude my comments.
Okay. So when they ask you how that be, he says, in Fountain Hills, we do it better.
We have something better. That's what
right.
I say.
We have it better. Okay, thank you. All right, on to the recognition of winter sports, starting out with swim.
Yay!
Thank you. All right, thank you, school board members and Superintendent Dr. Jagodinski for having us here tonight. I'm very proud to speak about these incredible student athletes. I pride myself in developing each swimmer to the best in and out of the water. And that being said, these athletes are dedicated students who have a whole average GPA of a 3.9. As well as that, we had 8 of our 11 swimmers make the state tournament this year, which was very impressive. That's our largest team to date, so proud of that. These athletes are focused all season and committed to before school practices, putting in work needed to swim at a very high level. We are part of the Division III, and at state championships, there was 48 teams and over 540 swimmers. So Fountain Hills was representing in a very large pool. Fountain Hills High School has had 4 individual swimmers qualify. They are Natalie Owers, Ellie Vickers, James Fessenden, and Quentin O'Connor. All of these individual swimmers swam personal records and represented Fountain Hills very well. Notably, Natalie Owers set the new school record in the 50 free again, breaking her old record. So we call her the queen of the 50. And she was actually 9th overall in her 2 individual events. So top 10 is not so bad out of 500 plus swimmers. We also had 2 relays qualify, and this is the first time we've had a boys and a girls relay at the same time at the same state. So that was really big for us. The additional swimmers to those relays was Logan Reedy, Jack Stump, Natalie Jete, and then Melanie Gillette. Both relays dropped time. They were 19th overall, so top 20. And I just want to thank you for recognizing them because they spend a lot of time in the pool, on buses. We rent lanes in Scottsdale for part of the season, and they're very committed. And it showed in their performances this year. And hopefully I will be back next year with more good news. So, thank you.
job.
Okay, on to cross-country.
All right, thank you for having us. We are coming from the middle school cross-country meet. We hosted the first race of the season over at McDowell, and we've got about 15 on middle school's team, and they looked really, really good tonight. So exciting night. We had some Falcons out there helping them work in the course. So we had another great season. We started off with hosting the Fountain Hills Invitational. Mary McDonald and I were the race directors again this year, and we hosted 63 schools down at the Fountain. Everything went smoothly, and just a great event, another successful year. We had our trip to California, which was a lot of fun, and great races. We had 6 out of 8 PRs. So we got the job done right off the bat, and then had a great day at Disney. And this was when we were able to, Daniel is a transfer student, and that was his first time to race with us. And that is when I knew that these boys had a chance to go to state. We have not had a full qualifying team since 2016. And so that, getting that rolling and preparing them for that was very exciting. Our girls, we have a team of 2. And 2 girls that I knew that were going to go to state from the start of the season. And of course, knowing that, you still have to prepare and race to qualify. And so those girls were steady and strong, and every single race, they got it done. So going into sectionals, our state qualifier, all 8 ran amazing. The boys, great races. They did exactly what they needed to qualify for the state championship. And our girls, absolutely same thing, knocked it out of the park. So we had just overall a great season. Then they went to state, and all 8 ran awesome again. We had even more PRs that day. So to run your best race at the state meet, it doesn't get any better than that. So we had 4 freshmen, a sophomore, and 3 seniors. 2 of our seniors, one is Allie, the other is Colby, which of course you've seen many times, but this was their 3rd year going to state, and of course finishing out a great cross-country career here. And of course we look forward to seeing Allie in track. And Nate Schlossberg, 2nd fastest freshman in school history. And of course, our freshmen led the way at sectionals and at state. So Nate and Ellie giving us a bright future. So we have some that are in soccer. We have some in basketball. We've got some ready for track. So they're all going on to a winter sport or preparing for spring, which is always great. So yeah, we're looking forward to more things coming along, track and cross country. All right.
Yay.
Okay, next up, reports by the governing board members. Would you like to start?
Well, I attended the PTO meeting a couple weeks ago, and I thought they needed a little bit of help, so I'm glad I was there. And it's a new group, a young group, and they're really working hard. PTO is not the way it used to be. A lot of people work now, so it makes it much harder for them to spend a lot of extra time, and yet they're doing a great job and very willing to listen to information from anybody. Again, I have attended the coffees with the principals and with Kane, so that's always a highlight, and I recommend everybody to go to that and find out what's happening. I went to the honor roll assembly at the middle school for all 3 grades, and it's really nice to see that about half of the students are getting honor roll or the principal's list, which is unbelievable. They're doing great. The concert at McDowell Mountain Elementary, kindergarten through 2nd grade, was really a lot of fun, and it was unreal how many parents were there. I must have gotten there right before it started, and I had to stand. There was no seats available anywhere, so it was wonderful, and the kids did a great job. As Kane put it, the Falcon Family Feast is the highlight. I've been helping out the past few years, so that's always fun, and this year my daughter-in-law, and granddaughter got to come and help me, so that's always fun for everybody to help out. And I went to the parade. It was great seeing so many students there, and it is cute seeing the little pomps from the elementary school, and there were a lot of them walking by, so it was really nice. And I attended town council last night because Sister Cities was doing a presentation, and I'm part of that, and talking about how we work together with a school here, the exchange, how wonderful it is that students make these great relationships both ways.
Kim, would you like to go next?
Sure. First, I'll just apologize that I'm a little dressed down, but I was at the cross-country meet. My son is participating in cross-country at the middle school, and so I came directly from there to here, and I wanted to be warm while I was out there. So that was super exciting. It's the first sport that my son has participated in middle school officially, and the first cross-country meet I've been at. And it was amazing. So many students. I think there was 7 different schools there today participating, and lots of parents and grandparents and siblings, and so a lot of support for all those students running for all those schools. So really exciting. I enjoyed that. I also went to the honor roll assembly for the middle school, specifically because my son made the principal's list, but also to support that class as well. And the big takeaway that I took from that assembly was that the amazing amount of students in 7th grade, I'll speak specifically to 7th grade, that are on the honor roll. So really something to be proud of. And lots of parents there, even though it was at 10:30 in the morning on a work day, there to support their children and support the efforts that their children had made to make the honor roll. So loved seeing that participation. I also attended a facility committee meeting. Just kind of wanted to sit in. I think it was the second meeting. They've had 2 so far. I was unable to attend the first, but really nice to see the work that committee is doing, the information they're gathering, the things they're thinking through as they begin to put together what their recommendations are going to be for the board in terms of what we're going to do with our facilities, now and in the future. I have continued to mentor, so I'm a mentor. I'm mentoring for the first time through the Golden Eagle Educational Foundation program, and I'm really enjoying that. So for those of you who don't know, you can sign up to be a mentor, and typically it's about an hour total of your time, adding a little drive time around that, where you can come and mentor a student and help them with their academics, just be another adult in their life, another adult influence in their life. So really enjoying that. And then the last thing that I attended was the Falcon Feast at the elementary school. So that was great. I got there about halfway through the session. And it was just really neat to see the waves, the different waves of groups coming in and how busy it was. And like Kane said, the grandparents and just the full families there to enjoy the Falcon Feast and the community. And I want to thank Sodexo for all their work for the food on that as well. The last thing I want to say is a comment, and I just want to add on to what Kane said about the students going to NAU with possibly, being sophomore in credits, and also the fact that it helps them if they want to get into specialties. And I think I brought this up once before, but I'm going to do it again. My son obviously my oldest son didn't go to this district, but he also had the opportunity to do the same thing and get credits. And he had 2 years worth of college credits when he graduated. And then he went to UCLA. And he used it a little differently because he knew he wanted to go to get his PhD. And there are some students who want to go to get their master's, right? And it's very competitive now. To be able to get accepted to those schools, you have to practically get straight A's in all of your courses. Well, the only way you can do that is by taking less courses. And so if you come into the school with 2 years worth of credit, you can now take less courses and do your full 4 years there and get straight A's because you're able to really put the effort into those less courses. And that's the route my son took. And now he's off getting his PhD. So I just want to say that that's another avenue that I think is really beneficial for our school district and our students.
Okay, Bernie?
I attended coffee with Val, and it seems amazing all the time, all the things they have in their schedule and all the activities going on, even around holiday time. Went to the concert that the kids had, K through 2, and it was really neat to see the 3 separate classes come out on the gym floor and do their little dancing and their singing. And then all of the classes at once came out and did the fight song. So they're starting early, but that was great. Went to the honor roll, same sort of thing. You see all the enthusiasm from the parents supporting their kids that showed up for the honor roll. And then actually today, just before this meeting, we had a meeting with Kiwanis Decay Kids, which is the service leadership program at the elementary school, and they made protein bites. And it was really cool to see their enthusiasm to do something healthy instead of just doing the chocolate chip cookies that we always did. And they jumped on that one, but then we saw the cross-country runners showing up. They were full of energy and running around in a parking lot. So what did they say for the race? But it was neat. 10th of December will be the next facilities meeting. Anybody's welcome to attend that at 3:30 in the Learning Center here. And then this is not too far ahead of schedule. They need to be thinking about it. But on the 8th of January is the scholarship presentation in the lecture hall, where Golden Eagle will come in and talk about all the locally sponsored by businesses and nonprofit organizations, the scholarships that will be available for the students. So we need to be thinking about that, and after the 8th of January, then the website will be live. Right now, that'll be all the information that they need to know.
Okay. All right, I just have a few things. Again, I was at Falcon Family Feast. I'm not sure how I helped. But it was enthusiastic, all the parents in there, they really loved to be there, so that was good. And then I was in the Thanksgiving Day Parade, not for a school thing, but for another organization, but the thing that struck me the most was that I was handing out the candy to the kids as we walked along, and the kids were incredibly polite. It just impressed me, and that I presume most of those are students in Fountain Hills, and it was really, they were incredibly polite. I was surprised and pleasantly surprised, so that was a good thing, good day. All right, moving on to reports, site council minutes, starting on page 15 of our packet. Any comments or questions about that? If not, we'll move on to current enrollment, which is page 34 and 35. That's actually increased a little bit, right, from last month, which is nice.
Yes, 6 students, yeah.
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 Someone coming in from bases, that's a good thing. People leaving generally because they're moving elsewhere, which you can't change. But yeah, several coming in from bases, that's
Yeah.
encouraging.
It's nice.
Okay, any other comments or questions about that?
Yeah, I noted that, and I just wanted to see if you had thoughts around that.
That's because we do it better, right?
Well, I think we have something better.
Yeah.
No, I think one of the things that we've worked really hard on over the last 4 years is to have an accelerated pathway where, you go to a school like that, some of these schools that are prep schools, and you're being prepared, obviously, for college. You might get some AP credits that transfer in, possibly, depending on the school. But our kids are earning credits. I just think that's such a big deal. And also, where our kids finish in this district. Our theme for the year is, it's not where you start, it's where you finish. And where you look at our seniors graduating, especially, a vast majority have been here since kindergarten, so a preschool. And where the journey they've had, the safe community they've lived in, the friends they've made, and then, being proficient in math and English, and leaving us with a senior internship, ASU credits, and EVIT certification. I just don't understand why you wouldn't come here. And I'm a parent myself, and all 3 of my kids obviously are here. So I think that's part of it. And I think there's also a piece where, in some of these smaller, schools, I don't think you get the same school experience. Like, we are a comprehensive public high school, comprehensive public middle school and elementary. So you get things that typically may not happen in schools that don't have those resources like PTO, booster club, community support. So I think that's part of it. And I think our letter grades helped. I think the awards we've won have helped. And hopefully we can keep that going strong.
So would it be presumptuous on our signboards to put up, "We do it better"? I'm half kidding, but I'm serious.
All of our marketing videos, that's the theme. We have something better. So
we have
all of our
something better.
marketing videos on our website have
Great.
that as our theme.
Okay, excellent,
Right.
excellent. Okay, anyone else? Okay, next up is public comments. Do we have any? Okay, then we'll skip that. On to action items, starting on page 36. And this will be the personnel action items. Any questions about these? If not, can I have a motion to approve?
I move we approve the, what is the?
Personnel action report?
Personnel action report.
Okay, I'll second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that passes. Next up is the payroll vouchers, starting on page 37 through 41. And again, any questions about any of these? If not, do we have a motion to approve?
I so
I'm
move.
for the payroll vouchers.
Okay,
I'll second.
is there a second? Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, that passes unanimously. And then the next up is the accounts payable vouchers, starting on page 42. And I had a few questions, but they were answered to my satisfaction by Dr. J or Mr. Hartman. So anybody else, any questions about any of those? Okay, I'll move that we approve the accounts payable vouchers. Do we have a second?
I second.
Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, on to donations, starting on page 50. And as always, we are very grateful by the donations, some of which are very sizable. Questions,
No,
comments?
I just feel like Golden Eagle Education Foundation just does so much for the district. It's incredible.
Yeah. And for those of you who don't see I think it's $6,401 was their donation to the district office.
For classroom projects?
Classroom project.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of other individuals, so excellent. Okay, do I have a motion to approve donations?
I move we approve the donations.
I'll
And-
second.
Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Next up is the Native American Policies and Procedures, starting on page 58. And this basically incorporated just some minor changes in wording. And there was one at last week's, Krista, there was a change, like plural versus singular, that's
Yes,
all been
I changed
corrected?
all that.
Okay, so that's all good.
And then Bernie also had a change, and I changed that one, from deduction to education.
Right.
Okay, I'll move that we approve the Native American Policies and Procedures. Do I have a second?
I second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, next up, starting on page 64, is the annual authorization for Chromebook and computer disposal. And is there any update on whether Staples can give us any credit, or?
I did get a response from the auditor. I can look it up if you want me to take the time, or I can send it to you.
Well, I can share, Dr. Kowski. We met with the county today. They were out today as part of their visits every week or two with us. And there's procedures that we have to follow to go through. So Chris is working on that now. There's a guide sheet for us to go through. So we'll have more information coming. We have it's a ways away. We're just getting the authorization to do this.
Okay.
But we're not going to be able to get everything packed and ready to go for a while, and actually may
Okay.
even be a summer project.
So it's potential that we might be able to get some
Yeah, we're
credit
going to
for
look at
office
all
supplies or
aspects
whatever.
of what we can do, and with technology, I also believe there's some other, specific things you have to do with it as well. So more to come. Right now, we're just trying to get rid of, this district has had a long history of not throwing anything out. And that's okay, but the amount of things we've moved in 4 years is pretty crazy. So this is all to make sure that if it can't be used, that it's not going to be, and part of it, one of the things I was going to share, the Chromebooks are a little different, but some of the other technology that's going to come your way down the road is because of Windows 10 no longer being able to be updated. So we're working on a plan to extend. There's a possibility we might be able to extend it for 3 years, which would help us a lot with a refresh. But even then, at some point, some of those are just, they're getting so obsolete. So more to come, but we met with the county today and got some more guidelines of what we need to do.
Yeah, I know some of those computers, you can't upgrade them to Windows 11 because they're just not compatible. I
Correct.
had one,
Yeah.
that was that case, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll move that we approve the annual authorization for Chromebook and computer disposal. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, next up is the McDowell Mountain Elementary School supplemental reading list. It's too bad no one stopped by to look at the books. That's always that's the
Nobody
common
ever
thing,
does.
but yeah, it's unfortunate, but all the parents know that they're there, right? I mean, yeah.
And we go through our process that we've shared with you in the past of multiple layers before it comes to you.
Yeah. I don't know if there's any incentive we can think about to help people look at them. It seems kind of sad that no one looks
Yeah.
at them, but,
But some would be looking at it when they choose it too, so.
well, yeah. but
We
ahead
could
of
look
time.
at, next year putting a table out at Falcon Family Feast. We
Yeah.
could look at some of
That's a good
the
idea.
curriculum nights and back to school, work to time it where they're on display at that point. We could try that as well.
Yeah,
Sure.
just the thought, so.
Yeah.
They could
Okay.
also be looking at them online, because I
Hmm.
offer the titles, so
Okay.
they do have the titles, so it could be something that they're doing at home.
Got it.
And I've done that.
Yeah.
Where I've looked it up online.
Yeah.
and- Yeah, absolutely.
All right, would someone like to move to approve the McDowell Mountain supplemental reading?
I so move.
Okay, so we have a second? Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Again, unanimous. Next up is the supplemental reading for McDowell Mountain Elementary and the middle school, page 67 and 68. Likewise, no one stopped by to look at the books. Okay, who would like to move to approve?
I move to approve the supplemental reading for McDowell Mountain and the middle school.
Okay, and a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, that passes unanimously. And next up is the pay for performance, starting on page 69.
Dr. Rakowski, members of the board and guests, we do have a few teachers here that can come up if you have any questions, or you're welcome to ask me as well.
I just had a comment. I am a special education teacher at the middle school. My comment about professional development being something that we have to do outside of our own time, I feel shouldn't be a requirement, should be something that we are allowed to do, or if we want to do. Personally, I have had my own PD that I do every year here. I've done it the last 2 years with Ms. Gleason. I did that in October, and then I did it last year in October. And that's just because I need to know what's going on legally for my, my own field. I'm the only special education teacher on campus, so it's not like I can, Miss Ludwig is also there, but she's in a different building, and we don't really get to associate very much, but I feel like I just have to be up on my game because I feel like I am the only one there. So I do things on my own, and that's just I've always done that in my 12 years of teaching, just because I feel like I have to make sure I'm doing everything I should be doing. But the opportunities are not, they're very few and far between. So they're not like I could do one a month. It's like maybe twice a year, just because the opportunities really aren't there for me in my field. But I feel like it shouldn't be something that we have to do as far as, fulfilling our part of the bargain, so to speak. But also for the fact that the state does recognize professional development towards our recertification hours. And so I feel like that should also be, taken into consideration when we are doing professional development at school during early release days and things like that. So that's kind of just my comment on that.
Okay,
Thank you.
Okay, questions, comments from the board? No? Okay, who would like to make a motion to approve the pay for performance schedule?
I move that that we accept?
Approve, yeah.
Approve the 2025-26 pay for performance.
How about a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, passes unanimously. Next up is the updated extracurricular activities starting on page 77. And the only thing here is what, an extra...
Only one thing added, World Travelers Club.
Yeah, an AP capstone, the price went down.
Yes.
Nice. 150 to 99.
Yeah, Dr. Rakowski, members of the board and guests, I spoke with Mr. Salzman earlier today at wrestling, and he's not doing any fee, so that's part of why it's on there. And then Christine Barsma is our AP capstone teacher. If you have any questions, she's here tonight.
So why did it go down? That's like totally unusual.
Yeah.
I don't know why it went down. I think so it all happened because it used to be 150 for both of those classes. And I don't know. So this year, Ms. Garvin asked me, and I said, I don't know. So I went on their website, the college board, and it said starting this year, they reduced it down to $99. They didn't give a reason.
Oh, good.
But I imagine just because it's the
Yeah. Okay, good. All right. I'll move that we approve the updated extracurricular activity schedule. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, passes unanimously. And then the next up is to appoint a delegate for the ASBA annual business meeting. Are any of you interested in being that delegate?
I'd be happy to do it, since I'll be there.
Okay. Are we all good with that, or? Okay.
will not be there, so.
Okay, so I'll make the motion that Mrs. Acker is the delegate to the ASBA annual business meeting. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, congratulations, William. Next up, information and discussion items, updates to AP textbooks.
Dr. Kowski, members, board and guests, I brought this to you tonight for discussion, kind of because there's some uncertainty to this, so to be transparent, I just wanted to bring it to you. So we have 3 textbooks that are board approved from the past that the teachers are asking from those departments to, that we need to do a new edition for. So the book itself has been approved in the past, but 2 of them are from 2007, and 1 is from 2015. So the one from 2015 is AP Statistics, and Ms. Barsman and I brought that in when I was principal of the high school. I can't believe it's been 10 years, but that was a long time ago. But we brought it in for AP Capstone. Part of the AP Capstone project is to do a statistical analysis like you would do in a dissertation. So that one is now has a new edition, and so does AP Calculus, ABBC, as well as AP Pre-Calculus. Now, our math teacher who teaches all of that is here tonight if you have any questions. So the question is, really, are we ordering new editions, or are we going through the textbook adoption process? So I thought I would get your opinion on that. Obviously, we're not making a decision tonight, but any questions you want me to ask our attorneys, things of that nature. But it's kind of a interesting spot because they're already approved, but they're just different editions.
So I guess my question would be is, I would take it, statistics doesn't change. So why, I'm not trying to be too skeptical here, but why do we need a new textbook? And same thing with AP Calculus, it doesn't change,
Christine, you
does
want
it?
to come up?
Yeah. I can see with history and other things, yeah, but maths doesn't change.
So they usually, like, I didn't know about the 10-year thing.
Yeah,
So-
so it's part of an AP audit.
Yes,
And they can
sorry,
only
I should have said
be
that, I apologize.
10 years or newer.
Oh,
Which is-
so the AP,
Oh,
the
So
College
you're
Board requires
required
it.
to be teaching from a.
And I never knew that either,
Oh.
so.
Oh, okay.
So we
Okay,
kind of
so-
have to
so-
do something.
And
Yes,
the thing is, I don't know why they say 10 years, because the books aren't always, they don't always come out every year. They'll update them when they need to update them.
Right.
So, like the calculus book. So right now, if you read our calculus book, it says, take out your grapher and graph something. Well, we don't
Okay,
know.
well, I guess
Yeah,
that does
but
update, yeah.
That's just the wording, but they do update problems
Okay.
and the graphs. So like there's a population problem we do, and it's like, predict the population in 2012, you know? So
Okay.
it's like that. They just update the certain questions whenever they make a new copy.
So you've looked at the new books and,
I have a little bit. Because I got an email saying we have an update, so I said, give me a sample.
Okay.
But then they always come back, are you interested in these? And, you know.
Yeah. So
And
is
now
it
they
fair-
have ebooks. so
is
I
it
don't
fair to
know.
ask you, I mean, does it help you do your job better, or?
It helps, because I get new problems to work with instead
Yeah.
of doing the same ones.
And I guess the 2012 thing kind of just
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. Okay.
And the statistics one, they just throw in new problems and everything. So it's not going to be brand new stuff, but some problems will be.
And I take it there are word problems that kind of
All
apply
of
to
it.
what's going on now? Okay.
And it's funny because like the calculus book is 18 years old. My son's 18 years old, and so, and I didn't realize it till I looked at the dates, but the new one I think is 2020, so.
It's probably the one that Maggie did when she did calculus too. Okay.
And I don't know if it has to be like physical textbooks, but they do now have ebooks where I don't know if it's cheaper or how that goes, but.
Not necessarily. And Dr. Gussie, there are other books, I apologize, I don't have my glasses, so Chris is helping me here a little bit. But it's gonna be all AP classes in time. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be, science books and things like that that are also gonna come up. So we did ask Dave, and Dave's response was to do what we're doing right now, is to bring it to you for guidance, because technically the books were approved at some point, and it's a new edition. Now, we could ask for samples. I mean, we're not like on a deadline or anything right now. Some of these, we're behind on, obviously, so I could get some and get them on display. It just, to go through the whole textbook adoption process do you believe that's necessary here, or do you believe it's, do you feel comfortable approving a update? Or give me questions, bring back to the attorney, and I can get those for you at the next meeting.
What have we done in the past? Have we had done this in the past?
To be honest, the first couple of years is a blur that I've been here of trying to reorganize so many things that we haven't done a lot of textbook adoptions, to be honest. We
Okay.
did math last year that you guys were part of.
Right, but that was a totally new.
That was a totally new,
book.
and we're gonna have to bring another one later this year for ELA at the elementary because of Move On When Reading. So they have to get a book that's approved by the state. So that, Ms. Reichler is already working on that. So,
I mean, I hate to make it more complicated, but I'm kind of leaning toward it's technically a new textbook. It's a new edition, it's a new book.
I'm leaning that way too.
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable not doing the due diligence, especially with the way textbooks are written nowadays.
okay,
Yeah.
so we can do,
Lillian and Bernie, what do you think?
I feel like if the teachers look at it and see that the only differences would be things like the years or population, say, of Phoenix or whatever it would be, I would feel comfortable, if it's okay with the attorney, to just say, just get the new edition.
Bernie, what do you think?
Yeah, without seeing it, knowing what the real differences are, it's a little tough to say that I would just carte blanche pick it up. It would be good to, maybe we could truncate the total process and not start from scratch and have all the committees look at it and stuff, but if we
Yeah.
got to review it and see what the delta is between what they had and what the new one is.
Okay.
Like maybe just go immediately to a 60-day review,
Yeah.
a public
Yeah.
review, and then that also gives you guys the opportunity to review it as well.
Right.
Yep.
And odds are that the public won't come in and look at it.
Right.
well, like I said, we're being transparent about the process. We don't want to make a decision.
Yeah.
So here, what we can do is get samples now, since we're already customers of these books, and get copies to you to take a look at. Like I said, we're not making a decision right away. It doesn't need to be done at the next meeting. We're bringing this to you early.
Yeah.
We probably wouldn't do anything till next year, purchasing anything at this point anyway. So why don't we start with you having a chance to review the books, and then at a later time, make it an action item of how you want us to proceed.
Okay.
And then if you want to do a conversation with Dave, I can set that up as well.
And what are are there any consequences to the fact that we have books that are past 10 years?
I mean, I think AP wants you to update, but I also think there's a reality of districts don't always have the money to update. These textbooks are very expensive, and you're talking, we have probably 20 AP courses at the high school, they're on odd and even years. So I can look into that further of how strict they are on that, but like you've seen, I have not brought hardly any textbook adoptions your way unless it was absolutely
Yeah.
necessary.
I mean, if we don't update, is the College Board going to fail to give credit? Have we done that? I
No,
mean,
I don't believe that, but we'll check and get answers.
Yeah, I would hope not. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
they say 10 years, but what's the consequence? You know?
Well, yeah.
And we could also focus on the oldest ones first, right? Work in kind of that order.
Sure.
Because to do 20 at once would be
I think one of
crazy.
the other issues we're gonna run into eventually though is if there's not physical books available, you're not gonna be able to order that edition any longer. You're not gonna find it. The last time we've ordered, now elementary's a little different because there were so many, tangible manipulatives and things like that in the order. But at the high school level, the last few I know we've done or we've ordered books in the past, I'm talking years ago, they're almost all digital now. Like we don't really buy books. So will they continue to give you a license for a 2015 statistics book or do they make you go to the new one is probably a question we have to answer. So we're just starting this conversation, so I want to be clear that we're not bringing to you unprepared, we're just bringing to you for your feedback for us to think about how you want us to approach it, because it's going to be a problem in the future regardless.
I do have an email here that Christina Robinson forwarded to me from the AP course audit that she did. And they're basically saying without a updated textbook, something that's newer than 10 years, our course will not, without changing it, we will not remain eligible for AP designation.
Oh, well, that kind of,
That makes a big difference.
that makes a
But
difference, yeah.
Yeah.
again, sometimes when you call and talk to people, you find out that there's an exception, or if your district doesn't have a lot of money, that, I just don't see them taking that opportunity away.
Yeah.
And maybe there's a plan that they put us on that over the next few years. So
Yeah.
let me look into it further.
Okay.
But I guess the bigger question is, I think you've answered that, is let's start with taking a look at the books, get you guys a copy, and it'll probably be digital, so it'll be a digital login that you can all have. Take a look at it, and then Ms. Barson is always available to answer questions about anything with the book. She can take a look at it as well.
Okay.
Okay?
It'll bring back some memories, calculus.
Yeah.
Decades ago. I don't remember any of it. I'm pretty sure I don't remember any of it. Okay, future action. Student outcomes such as report cards and proficiency data. Review applications for a vacant board seat. Actually, just to update, we've received 3 applications. They were all forwarded to Superintendent Shelley Boggs today, so she has those. And then the M&O override discussion will be forthcoming future action. Dates of upcoming meetings will be, I think this is it for 2025. So
Yes.
January 7th, 2026 and January 21st of 2026. Business meetings at 6 and potentially executive session on January 7th, I think, Krista, yeah? Okay, so that'll be an executive session, then a business meeting to follow. And unless we have any other things to discuss, I'll make the motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
I second.
Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we are adjourned. 6:52. You guys signed these, right?
We did.
Okay, good.
We're ahead of the game.
Yeah, I tell you. We're
That's
getting
a
more and more
record.
efficient.
That's a record. A new record.
Facilities Committee, meets a week from today?